Kate Mulafalcho, welcome to Irish Granny Helen. Welcome to Nate at the Third Wish. Hello, Nate.
Hi.
I just want everybody to know that I'm trying to recover from our last recording in which you mentally tortured me, emotionally tortured me. Okay, so we're doing current events, and I had a really hard time this week finding topics that I felt addressed a larger issue, because that's our goal here. So let me give you really quickly the information behind it, and then we'll read cards on it. So my first topic is airlines and how they are catering to the rich. So first of all, you heard about the passenger who got sucked out the window in the Ryanair flight?
No.
Oh my God, some poor guy, the window broke. And he got pulled out, and his wife had to hold on to his legs all the way back home, all the way back to the airport. I don't know how long she held on to him. He had to be treated for friction burns from moving in the sky to, like his skin being exposed to
Oh my
the
God, that
air
sounds
rushing
so
past him.
awful.
Not to mention the emotional trauma, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how airline policies have been rethought to maximize the profit for the airline. I know that's shocking. I'm glad you're sitting down. So what they're doing is they're extracting every last penny they can get out of people. So they're making sure that the experience of the wealthy, the experience of the people who pay more, is so beyond the comfort level of what ordinary people experience on an airplane. So I'm sorry, Lint, you know how you're crowded, you're elbow to elbow, your knees are up around your chin, it's just cramped, and you feel like a sardine in a can, right? So these rich people, and they're the ones who are forking over the money to begin with for the luxurious front end of the plane. They get access to an invitation only lounge. They don't have to wait with the great unwashed at the gate. They have a special place that they can go into with caviar service. They get little gift bags of high-end skincare products. They get a priority security line so they don't get sexually groped by the TSA people. I have stories about that I could tell you. They get welcomed with, when they get into the plane, while all the rest of us are like cattle in a truck, they're getting champagne and a hot, wet cloth to wipe their hands. The seats are bigger. They have privacy doors around them. In some of these planes, it just depends on the airline and on the particular kind of plane. The seats lie back like beds. And I mentioned the amenity kits with the skincare products. There's room for a fewer number of people in the front end because they take up more room, and you're paying for it. Yes, you're paying for it. And the lounges, the invitation only lounges, they have celebrity chefs, fancy, cocktails, when they invent their own cocktails, they have that kind of thing. They also provide balconies that look out on the tarmac, and you can sit in lounge chairs and get served by waiters and watch the planes while you're waiting for your plane. So the rest of us go through long security lines. We get mauled by TSA. You get $16 sandwiches that are stale, the gates are crowded. There's not enough overhead space for everybody.
No.
The seats are cramped. And since COVID, the airlines have decided to court getting the most money out of people. They used to try to attract people by budget tickets and, making things cheaper. And they've discovered that they cannot profit from that. So instead, they've reversed it entirely, and they're offering more, charging more, making air travel unaffordable for an awful lot of people. So the United CEO, a guy called Scott Kirby, just in case anybody wants to write to him, says, and this is a quote, this is a strategy to boost the experience of every traveler. We're investing nose to tail. But what they actually admit behind closed doors, that the more money they charge, they can call it premium service. It's premium revenue. And ultimately, when, I don't know, investigator's not the right word, but when somebody with some common sense not attached to the airline was evaluating the situation, he said Marie Antoinette would feel very comfortable about this. So it's just reprehensible. And I feel like the future of air travel is really going to become a luxury only for the very rich, or it'll be like a once in a lifetime splurge, because there's going to be no more hopping on the red eye to go from LA to San Francisco. You know what I'm talking about?
The thing is, I mean, there's always been first class. That I feel like it's always been the case. I think if you're looking at it only from the financial perspective, in the first class cabin, you have much fewer seats. Probably one, like where you could fit 100 people, you have 10 people, right? Something like that. But they make more money with those 10 people than the 100 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would then logically make sense that they extend first class because they make more money with it.
Yeah, I understand the rationale. I guess my question is, the message they're signaling is that being included in this luxury experience, this is aspirational, and it's reinforcing a sickness already in our society where we prioritize wealth, access to wealth.
Well, yeah.
We look at the people who have money as something special. First class. Yeah, come on.
Of course. Well, this is like it's not just Ireland. Yes, there's a trend where it's 2 levels of service. And then you can apply that to anything. A very fancy private school or a public school.
Yeah, and I think that my worldview, and I know this is not reality, but my worldview is that that's wrong. Everybody should have equal access to the same high quality, free education. My world looks way different than what we're living right now.
You can call a call center with an AI agent, or if you have money, you call to a person. It would be called a concierge service.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's already existing in the American medical area. There are doctors who offer concierge service. So you get a doctor, but you pay extra every month so that if you have any kind of a medical need, you get a special number to call and the doctor will talk to you directly, day or night. Yeah.
And this is basically the trend that we are with society is that well, let's just say today with July the 14th, it's Bastille Day.
I saw that this morning. I was going to mention, I forgot. I saw that. Yeah.
So this is really what this is all about.
Yes. Well, even before the storming of the Bastille, the mothers marched against Versailles because the bread march, the bread riots, because they could not feed their children. And it's good, like the guy said, Marie Antoinette would recognize this situation.
Yes.
How did that turn out for her? Not well.
And we're getting more into this conflict between those who have and so who don't have, and it's going forward and forward and forward. And now it's becoming more clear. Now, I think it's true, like in an airplane, if you're in the back, if you're an economy coach, then they make you walk through those
They rub your nose in it.
And then they look at you with
disdain.
Yes, it's true.
I'll tell you a funny
Now, do you
story.
really want to spend $3,000
No,
on a glass of champagne and a few warm nuts? I don't think it's worth it. You know?
I'll tell you a funny story. My one of my daughters was in grad school in Chicago, and my youngest daughter was very close to her. She was probably about 9 or 10, and she really missed her sister. And I had not been to visit. You know, she'd been there for a while. So I took my youngest daughter and her very best friend, who's like a niece, you know, still is, to go fly to Chicago. So we're in the local big airport, big city airport, and they get on their little microphone and they say, we are overbooked our seats. And would anybody like to volunteer to take a different flight? We have some bonuses for you if you do that. And like, I'm nobody's fool. We had an open-ended schedule and a very small bank account. So to my daughter's disgust, I went up immediately. I said, we volunteer. We'll take a 45 minutes later, big deal, a 45-minute later flight. And they said, oh, thank you. And here's a like
Voucher.
$1,000 voucher. And we really appreciate it. I said, that's okay. This is great, you know? So my daughter and her friend were both sulking. Thanks, Mom, you know, because they're anxious to get on the plane. So they load us finally onto this next flight. And the flight attendant came up to me and said, we have 3 seats in first class that we'd like to offer you.
Oh.
And they offered us the front row, first class. So these 2 little spoiled brats, the first airline flight they ever took, they had warm cloths and they brought them snacks and they treated them like, you know, the little princesses. I was like, oh my God, they have no idea. And they're both, you made us wait. And I'm thinking, these kids, they think this is how you get treated on an airplane. Boy, are they in for a rude awakening later on. Yeah, I turn everything into a philosophical question. So it's the question.
Well, and just a side note, but in parallel, I believe in Ryanair. I've heard, maybe it's true or not, or there were talks about this. You would have to pay for the bathroom use.
Oh my God, I'd go broke. The minute you tell me there's no access, I have to go.
And I have to say, it. I've always have those thoughts. Those bathrooms in airplane, they're not very accessible. What if you have some sort of disability? What if you can't really act? I just feel like this is very inaccessible.
Well, they're 100% inaccessible. Yeah. What do they care? They're getting their big bucks up front.
They're very, very tiny. Very tiny.
Well, that's another consideration.
If you're a bit large, it's very hard to move around.
That's right.
And even if you're not that large, it's hard to move around.
And they're nasty. That's the other consideration. You have this much more reduced head count in first class, and they have their own bathroom that nobody else is allowed to use. That's an issue too. So,
yeah, because you have one bathroom for like 20 people, and 300 people have one bathroom.
Yeah.
And then that's like a little pet peeve of mine, language. You know, people line up waiting for their turn. You know, you have the aisle, and sometimes you have 3-4 people waiting to get into the bathroom because you wait. They're just one for all these people. And they put a message, please do not congregate. Like it's a church thing. Please do congregate around the bathroom area. I always laugh about it. Congregate.
Well, like you're organizing a protest.
I mean, like, what do they mean? I've always like, what do they mean? Like a congregation?
Well, it's Latin. It means
I know, but it's like
to come together. That's all.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, so what do you want us to do?
Take a number. They should have a number like at the bakery.
I mean, like, it's not fixable. I gotta go. I'm number 4. I'm gonna hold and wait, but don't tell me not to wait.
They should have a little, you pull, like at the bakery, you pull a number and they call the number. Next, number 4.
And some
We're
people
all out
stay
of rye.
some people stay very long. And some people sometimes have, and it happened to me, a medical condition where you need to do a medical procedure. And where do
Yeah.
you do in the airplane? I've done in a bathroom a medical procedure onto myself.
Well, and people will go in there for privacy. For example, you need to take your insulin.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You pull out a needle in public. People are gonna.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then, from my experience, and then you have a turbulence. Good luck.
Turbulent. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of air flight, of air travel, and I like trains. But here, let me tell you something scary about trains. When they pull into a station, they lock the bathrooms,
Oh, yeah.
and if their wait is more than 5 minutes, I start to panic. It's a disorder.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, before we go further, I want to say this. Speaking of wealthy people, I brought up a subject last week about a certain famous person whose nuptials were in a certain large metropolitan area, and I got a lot of negative pushback, which is, people are entitled to their opinion. But it ties into this subject. It's the same topic. This is a person who closed off blocks and blocks of access to millions of people. People that are no worse or no less deserving of freedom of movement in their own town than this famous person is, Just because you earn a lot of money from charging way too much for what you provide, but just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean that the rest of the world should be suffering because of you. And I think that that's kind of what's going on here, this gap between the haves and the have-nots. And we've been conditioned that we make excuses for them. Oh, but they earned it. Well, maybe they shouldn't have earned it. And maybe even if you earn it, you shouldn't be keeping that kind of level of resource when you have to step over the homeless to get into your venue. I'm just saying,
But people will say, well, which is true, they do give back.
Yes, I did the math. I looked it up and I did the math. 1.18% of the yearly take. Ouch, that's barely a tax write-off. Sam Bankman, Sam Bankman, was he a Bitcoin guy, whoever he is.
Yeah.
He did an interview on Vox, not Fox, Vox.
Vox.
And told them, all this philanthropy you see coming out of these ultra high worth individuals is what they're called. This philanthropy, it's performative. They're not feeling that. Their money makes more money than they ever give away to charity. They do it for
the optics.
Creating an image. Yeah, creating an image. Okay, so the question is, and you brought this up, so you can't get mad at me. How long is this going to go on? How are people going to tolerate this? This is, like you said, the Bastille, Marie Antoinette.
There's a moment where people go hungry if they're not already. And that's kind of the bottom line.
We're getting there. But should we read on that? Is that too broad of a question? Or
no, how close are we to this moment?
Oh. Wow. Go ahead.
First card is, well, the Queen of Points. Well, we just discussed that. That's the Marie Antoinette type, the one who have so much. Two of Wands, people start to open their eyes. But the four swords, I'm not seeing a lot of. Yes, they have the swords, but they're not a lot of action. I hate to
I
say.
think the consumption will be less conspicuous, but still there. They'll still be raking it in and spending it on themselves, but maybe they'll come to their senses and realize it's not a good look and it's
I
angering
don't see a
people.
revolution.
Well, we're going to see my cards.
Yeah.
I got the King of Cups reversed. This is a situation completely devoid of empathy. I mean, it's absolutely devoid of empathy. And the inevitable outcome is the Tower, which I twice today, and the Nine of Cups reversed. I think these wealthy are going to find that their comfortable situation is overturned. I see a change. Now, I'm not saying the R word necessarily,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing a fundamental change because people will not tolerate it. Like you
Mhm.
said, people get hungry. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just get this painful topic over with because I can't stand it. Have you heard of Tilly Norwood? Oh, good. I get to tell you. Okay. Tilly Norwood is not a human being, it's an AI movie star. And they're making a movie starring Tilly Norwood. And they're calling
I
this.
would never, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I would have never expected you to talk about an AI movie star.
Well, I'm not going to say anything flattering. That's okay. So it's called this controversial creation. She is a being. This is how they're describing it in their ads, with no real body, no lived experience, but with access to everybody else's. And people, actors especially, people in Hollywood are freaking out for obvious reasons, right?
Evidence.
They're afraid of being replaced. So I did a little bit of, I read this article and it goes the way you would expect it to go. They're calling this new use of AI a creative industry. And I like to look words up because words don't always mean what we think they mean. So I looked up the word creative, and it comes from the goddess. The way you pronounce it in Latin is not how we say it now. The goddess Ceres, Ceres,
Oh,
which is often called Ceres.
series.
Goddess, like the word cereal comes from there. She's a goddess of the harvest, right? And she was all about giving birth to new life, always giving birth to new life. That's what creativity is. By definition, something original, something imaginative. So we're talking, this AI effort is a creative industry. So I looked up industry, also from the Latin, struere, which means to build. So the other definition for it, which just cracked me up because it's hitting the nail on the head, it means to extract for money, to standardize for profit. So these two things are antithetical to each other. They contradict each other. You're talking something original, something imaginative, extracting from what's already there to make a profit. So what do you think about this?
Well, I feel like two things. One is that, like any new technology, it's very disruptive. Two, there's nothing wrong about creating a new genre. It's a new genre, but it needs to be organized, have rules, have ethics. And right now, it's done with no boundaries, no guardrails, no nothing. That's my problem. I think it's just a genre, like anime is a genre.
Well, I was just going to say, it's like animation. It's like cartoons. And
So I'm not
cartoons have
against it.
evolved,
Yes.
Pixar, right?
Yeah, so it's not that bad. It's just that we're going so fast. We discussed this before. There's no guardrails, there's no discussions. It's like the Wild West.
Well, to me, the real issue is the personification of what's not real. So they're talking about this essentially cartoon character created by AI, but they're talking about it as though it were a real person. And they're
Everyone does
giving
that.
it
Yes.
alleged human attributes and passing it off visually as a real actress, when actually it's just a very sophisticated form of cartoon, really. And I think that's the mistake. I think people would be perfectly happy to watch it and say, oh, okay, it's like Toy Story 2, Toy Story 25, it's going to be around, and it doesn't need to replace real actresses. I will rue the day, and this is coming, when they start giving Academy Awards for the best performance of an AI actress.
Oh, I'm sure at
For
some
God's
point
sake.
the Academy
Yeah.
Awards will have an AI category.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
I think when they blur the lines between what is and isn't real, that's my problem with it.
We're already there.
Well, yeah, that's my problem. Yeah.
I mean, you have pictures on CNN of a person and no one knows if it's true or not.
You can tell.
Wow.
You can tell because there's an air of unreality. I don't know. I mean, am I just sort of, I tap into energy of people. It's one of the reasons why I don't really like to do card readings by phone, because I tap into like the energy. I need to be able to do that. If you're presenting something that's not real as a real person, it doesn't feel the same to me. And some of it's very persuasive. It looks real. Not all of it, but some of it looks real.
But I would say I do readings by phone because I tap into the energy of the person through their voice.
Yeah, but that's you.
But everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Yeah. So the question, I don't know. I don't even. My question is why?
Well, will there be Academy Awards for AI personas?
How about this? Because I think the answer is obvious.
Ace of Cups, yes.
Yeah.
They will be.
How about we ask this? Is this going to replace human actors? Because that's their fear, They're really worried about it. It's a lot cheaper when you don't have to pay Screen Actor Guild, salaries.
Well, Three of Coins, I think they can make those AI things very profitable. Things are going to be moving forward. The Chariot, yes, with this AI. But Nine of Swords, I think it will backfire in a certain way. My complaint about AI is everything starts to look very much the same. So there's no more originality. It's formatted, extremely formatted.
My complaint about it would be that it doesn't look right. And I think it's something subliminal. When I look at it, something's off, and I can't really tell you what it is, but just something is off. It doesn't look right. And even when it's, a certain person's picture that came out this weekend to assure us that everything was fine, one look at that, it was 100% obvious to me, this is not real. But people were fooled by it.
Some.
Well, not us.
No.
No. Okay.
Well, first of all, no one gets younger going to the hospital.
Well, some people do. If you didn't waste all your money on first class on the airplane, you could too. That's a reference to that other thing. Okay, so I got the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you do all your cards?
Yeah, I did all my cards.
Excuse me, the Ace of Pentacles. So throwing ourselves into a new project without even really thinking this should be the fool, is what it actually should be, plunging blind off the precipice. And it's Eight of Pentacles, it's going to replace a lot of the work being done, and it's profitable because you don't have to pay people. But this is not an enlightened movement. This is not going to be a good situation for a whole lot of people. And I got the Six of Cups reversed. I think people are going to regret what we've left in the past that we no longer have. And I don't think there's going to be any going back.
No.
I don't know. I'm very resistant to change, so I might be the wrong person to talk to.
Well, it's a lot of change, for sure it is, and we're just adjusting to it. Yeah.
Speaking of change, this one's incredibly weird. This is so weird. So it's one thing to change an industry that's only been around for about 120 years, movies. That's all, right? How about changing a cultural belief system that's been around thousands of years? So you brought up AI religion earlier. I had to laugh because this last topic that I have here is about robotic elephants. Now, this is not AI. This is more like Chuck E. Cheese meets religion. Are you familiar with Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
Okay, you've seen the animatronic. Yeah, I spent way too many hours of my life in one of those places. In India, there's a guy, this is big old article I read. There's a guy who is manufacturing robot elephants for religious ceremonies. So temples in Asia, India specifically, but other places too. Like I want to say Thailand. They keep elephants like in captivity. These elephants are considered manifestations of the divine. They're holy. They're sacred to their religion. So we're getting on thin ice here, criticizing this. But this is becoming a gigantic head-on collision between religious tradition and animal activists. Because, as we'll talk about here in a minute, keeping elephants confined like that, it does bad things to their minds, and then it ends up in tragedy, and then the elephant gets blamed. PETA, the organization PETA, has donated $6,000 each for 40 of these fake elephants to try to rescue real elephants. So this is a picture. I don't know how well you can see it. So they're being made. This is not the full end product, right? So they're making these robot elephants to fit into the ceremonies and the rituals in hopes of rescuing real elephants. And it's not going well. It's not going well at all because people are digging in their heels. These are living, breathing, divine manifestations, and you can't replace them with a robot. So the problem is that male elephants go through this thing called must, and it increases wait till you hear this. It increases their level of testosterone 60 times, 60. And they go cuckoo, they go wild, they rampage, and people get killed. It's really bad. And then the poor elephant is blamed, and it's not the elephant's fault. And the stress of the confinement, the stress of a lot of people around, and they can't protect themselves, they're feeling threatened all the time. There are 2,500 elephants in captivity in India, but this is only a half of how many there were in 2010. It's not good.
So it's a good thing they're doing the robots.
I don't think they meant they were replacing them.
Oh.
Yeah. So In 2024, 9 people got killed by rampaging elephants at temple festivals. And the stress is bad. They beat these animals. You know, you think it's holy, right? They beat them, they shackle them, they isolate them from the herd. They're herd animals. They stand them in the sun. They can't move out of the heat for hours and hours and hours and hours. And it's torture, it's abuse. So I don't think anybody would argue that this is, you know, an untenable situation. This is interesting. This is discussing ecological grief. And I don't really think it was part of this conversation, but it should be. Ecological grief is the destruction of habitat that drives species loss. That kind of fits into what you were talking about in our earlier show. Mining, logging, development kills off species. One of the species that this has happened to is the Pacific gray whale. That climate change has affected their food supply, and there is right now ongoing a catastrophic die-off. So this is all this thing about robot elephants. I personally don't care what the religious argument is. Mistreatment of a living creature trumps everything, right? So what question do we have?
But I was hoping for those robots to replace them.
Well, they have replaced some, 40. PETA paid for them, but they're $6,000
No,
each.
but the robots would replace fully.
Well, there's resistance. That's the problem. These activists are willing to pay the money and trying to encourage the use of the robots. But the people, the priests in the temple, the system is resisting.
Well, yeah, because they don't want technology.
They don't, it's more of a religious thing. It's not just that it's technology, but they believe that the elephant themselves are the divine, like a god.
Yeah, but it's like my Ganesh.
Yeah.
I don't need a real elephant on my desk. I have this.
I have one of those somewhere here.
You know, that's good enough for me. That's because it's the.
I have one keeping Mary company standing right beside Mary, right there.
It's as simple as that. It's just the image.
But that's your belief system, and I agree with you. But they truly believe, and this is thousands of years of this belief system, they truly believe that this is a manifestation of the God. This is the God.
So will this torture end?
Let's use the horror cards. Everything's a horror today.
Oh.
What?
It's, you will laugh. It's all about emotions and how people feel about these things. The King of Cups. Okay. I have to hide because there's a part here that I don't want people
to
see.
Okay. I couldn't see what
I found my King of Cups, if you remember. So the King of Cups, 4 of Coins. Yes, they're torturing animal. Ace of Wands. I think there's going to be some problems, disasters. God will actually act.
The God. The elephant. Well, I think you're right. I think I kind of got the same thing. I got the moon reversed. I feel like this is a misinterpretation of so-called wisdom. You know, this is a false understanding, and they're ascribing characteristics to these animals, and they're not looking at them as they truly are. I got the King of Swords. It denies intellect. It denies, use your brain, use your head, right? I got, and this is not good, the Ten of Swords. This is going to come to a bad end. And the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to be stopped. Something bad, like you said,
Yeah.
there's going to be some sort of tragedy that brings so much international pushback that they're going to have no choice but to embrace the idea of symbolic gods.
Yeah.
I am the Lord thy God. That's from our earlier video. Yeah, it's a sad situation, isn't it?
It is.
I don't know. I can't think about it. We've had quite the. Didn't we have something that was going to be fun that we were going to do at the end?
Yes, the quiz.
Oh, do we have time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. You guys, we try really hard. We try to come up with entertaining. So, which color? Am I on the right one?
Number 4,
No,
we're looking
I'm
the
on number
quiz
1.
in the Third Wish magazine.
Yeah.
This is on sale. If you go to my website, my links, you'll find this, either a paper copy, that's $20, or digital copy, $10. And usually in those magazines, there's a quiz at the end, and we'll do it with Helen. So,
What page?
47.
Oh, I have my finger right on it. Which spirit guide is walking beside you? I'm not sure I want to know. It's kind of scary. All right. Oh, and I always forget to keep track of my answers. Okay, so fill it out quietly and then we'll talk out loud.
No. We do. People can do with us.
Oh, okay. Why don't you ask the first question?
When faced with a difficult decision, you usually think about what your family or ancestors will do, trust your instinct and gut feelings, pray or ask for divine guidance, spend time in nature for clarity, seek wisdom from spiritual teaching or mentors.
Okay.
What did you do? What's
B.
your answer? B, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You ask me.
Which place feels more comforting to you? A home, a family home filled with memories? A place where animals are present? A peaceful church, temple, or sacred space? A forest, beach, or mountain? A library or meditation retreat?
D, a forest, beach, or mountain.
I have 50-50. Either A, family home filled with memories, or E, a library. But actually, I'm going to pick A because my home is like a library. So, okay.
3, what kind of dreams do you experience the most? Dreams about relatives or loved ones, dreams involving animals, dreams of light, wings, heavenly beings, dreams of forest, rivers, or natural landscape, dream of teachers, sages, or spiritual figures.
That's easy. What is yours?
E, teachers, sage, spiritual figures.
Yeah, they don't waste their time with me. I got A, relatives or loved ones.
Okay.
Usually people that I know, Which quality do you value the most?
Oh,
That's hard. Heritage, loyalty, compassion, harmony, or wisdom?
loyalty.
Compassion. If, no, you read the next one.
If you received a sign from the universe, it would most likely come through family memories or heirlooms, repeated animal encounters, feathers, numbers, or feelings of divine presence, natural phenomena such as wind, flower, or trees, inspirational teachings, or profound insights. D, natural phenomena.
really?
Mhm.
So when you see lightning, you think God's mad at you?
Or flowers, or
I
I
was just
mean,
pulling your leg.
yeah, but
Mine is E, inspirational teachings or profound
and
insights.
insights.
What are you most drawn to spiritually? Ancestral traditions, animal symbolism, angels and divine protection, earth based spirituality, or ancient wisdom and enlightenment?
Earth base.
You're more of a Taurus than I am. Seems like, just by these answers. I picked ancient wisdom and enlightenment. Okay.
During stressful times, you seek family support, comfort from pets, prayer and faith, time outdoors, meditation and reflection.
Let me
Me-
guess for you. Time outdoors.
Yes, we're seeing a theme here.
And I picked meditation and reflection. Which reflection, it's carrying a lot of water there. Reflection, like sitting and stewing about it. Okay. Which gift would you most like to develop? Oh, personal gift. Okay. Connecting with ancestors, understanding animal messages, receiving angelic guidance, communicating with nature spirits, or deep spiritual wisdom.
Connecting with ancestors.
Really? Not understanding animals?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not, I'm not challenging you on it. I'm just surprised. I picked deep spiritual wisdom.
What symbol resonates most with you? Family tree, wolf, owl, butterfly, feather or halo, leaf, flower or crystal, or lotus or sacred geometry? Leaf, flower, or crystal?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I like flowers, so I'll pick that one. Which statement feels most true? My roots give me strength. My instincts rarely fail me. I am protected by a loving higher power. Nature speaks to my soul. Life is a journey of spiritual growth.
B, my instincts rarely fail me.
I kind of liked that one. And then I thought, that's kind of egotistical. I picked life is a journey of spiritual growth. They can't argue with that.
So here we go. I know who is your guide. I'm going to read it to you since you had mostly E's.
True.
I had mostly D. So I'm reading E and you read me D.
Okay.
Your guide is an ascended master. You're drawn to higher teachings, personal transformation, and spiritual growth. Your guide may be a highly evolved teacher who inspires you to reach your highest potential. Your guide encourages wisdom, self-mastery, and service to others. You are on a path of continual learning and spiritual awakening.
Isn't that interesting? Because, people, a little personal thing here. People talk a lot about their spirit guides, and it sounds like they've got like a troop of souls following them around, giving them advice and accessing support. And I've never felt that way. I've always felt like there's a little bit of distance, like what's the word I want? Personalization, like a distance. My spirit guide or guides, I don't know. I don't think there are very many of them, because if there were, I'd be better off. That they kind of maintain a little bit of distance because they're hard to understand. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yours is the nature spirit. Sorry. I'm envisioning you running around in nature like the Garden of Eden. Okay. Your soul resonates with the living energy of the earth. You feel
Mm.
restored by trees, water, flowers, and the changing seasons. Your guide helps you reconnect with balance, healing, and the wisdom found in the natural world. Spending time outdoors strengthens this connection. You feel like that's
So,
true.
yeah, particularly like the ocean. Yes.
Yeah, I think this a lot of people would say this. Don't you feel like?
Yes. I have also, my next one was B, the animal guide. Well, that was my next one. I actually didn't have any C's.
Angelic guide. Yeah, I think the angels want nothing to do with me. I'm one. I had
What's your
preponderant.
second one? What's your second one?
My second largest number. I got 2 for A. What's A?
Ancestors.
Yeah.
So it feels like your guides are more in human, higher guides, human forms, that sort of thing.
Well, they're not animals. I know that. It's not I know that. I'm not, I wouldn't voluntarily go on a hike.
Well,
Just,
me
I
neither,
wouldn't.
but yeah. But,
I like the
but
ocean. I mean, I
I
like the
love the
beach.
ocean. I feel like as a tourist, which you are too, but for me, the earth is everything. Gaia.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a
So that's
green
my
thumb.
spirit guide. Gaia's my spirit guide.
I don't know. Mother Nature hasn't done much for me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a different kind of Taurus. I have a green thumb. I can just grow stuff. I have that kind of a relationship, but I live in my head. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I never went outside again, I'd be fine.
If you want to do this quiz and read Helen's article in this magazine right here.
Do you make these quizzes?
Yeah.
You make them up yourself?
Well, I pull some information online. I gather some ideas. It's never fully just from me, but yes.
Your spiritual guides probably help you.
There's some beautiful photos.
This always has really nice photography and artwork in it, I have to admit.
This one is nice.
I always like to look at the food. I don't like recipes. It's too much like chemistry class. But I love the pictures. This is good. This is called food porn. There's always good food porn in this magazine.
Oh, did you like this one?
Let me look. I can't see really.
Page 21.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, that's citrus fruit. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you're supposed to be using it to clean things?
The wash?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, yeah, that I love this one. This photo is really, it's very me.
Yeah. What page is that?
39.
Oh, these 2 pages are kind of stuck together. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Yeah, that's very Architectural Digest. Home decor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the travel section is in Banff, Canada. Beautiful. I never been, but I've been dreaming about it. It's beautiful.
See, now it perfectly exemplifies the answers that we made to the quiz. Because if I were going to go to Canada, which I have done many times, I've never been to Banff. I could live my whole life and not stand on the edge of a lake. But I love the cities.
See?
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not an outdoorsy person. What is being burned here? This looks like, is this lavender?
Well, I don't know. I found this photo, but I don't know fully what it is.
it kind of, you know how there's two kinds of lavender, right? Well, there's more than
Yes.
two, I'm sure. There's French lavender and English lavender. I
Yes.
grow both kinds. And the French lavender is fancy. It's really pretty. That looks like English lavender.
Yeah.
But it might not be. Would you burn lavender? I don't know. Have you ever had lavender flavored food?
Oh, ice cream.
What's it like?
It's not my thing, but
Yeah. It's, you know how people put rose hips in food, or
yeah, no, it's
I
not really.
don't like to mix my flowers, and I don't like to mix my senses, taste
Yeah.
and smell. I don't like to do that, except for coffee, because it's transcendent. All right, enough of this nonsense.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Yes.
Oh, thank you for being had.
Thanks for having me. See you next time.
Thank you, everybody, and slán foil, slánte.